I'll try this again. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for jumping on this call. I have Linda and Amy here from Do Audio Tours, and this product was launched about a week and a half ago through FNF, and we were going through just a lot of different changes, and there was a lot of things that we were implementing in that week and a half. So I didn't want to put something else on your plate and try to overwhelm you, but I think this is a wonderful tool, and it's a quick, no nonsense tool. There's not much to it except for the value that it adds to connect it with the MLS and translating them to different languages and being able to provide that value to your agents at a click of a button. So I wanted Linda and Amy to jump on and just walk you through a quick tour to see what it is. And then I do have, assets for you that were shipped to us at the office that you can use in the field. And then I also, through Linda and Amy, I'm sure you guys have a lot of those via PDF that you could share potentially after this call then I can distribute that with our team. Is that something you guys have to put together already?
Already done.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so that being said, I'm excited to hear this and see it from you two, and thank you again for just jumping on with our team.
Yeah, thank
So
you
go
for
ahead.
having
Yeah.
us. Thank you,
Yeah.
Dave. Hey, everybody, I'm Linda Steckett, and with me from Direct Offer, and with me today is my colleagues Amy Charoux and also Varice England. And we're going to introduce you to our product, Do Audio Tours, as Gabe has mentioned. But let me go ahead and share my screen, and we'll get right into it. So what is Do Audio Tours? Do Audio Tours is an audio tool to amplify your real estate property listings. Our software transforms property listings into an AI-generated multilingual audio tour showcase. And then Do Audio Tours' innovative technology makes the creation easy, instant, and affordable for agents. This tool provides valuable information for consumers in over 20 different languages with closed captioning and helps brokers and agents differentiate themselves in a competitive market. How it works is once the listing comes into our system, we process it by enhancing the description and the details of your property listing in the MLS. And then it creates an audio tour and then placed within a beautiful showcase display. The agent receives an email once the audio tours are ready, and I'll show you an example of that further on. The MLS listings come into our system through ListHub, and ListHub is a syndicated platform delivering MLS properties to marketing publishers such as Direct Offer. Another way how it works is agents can manually upload listings, and I'll go into more description of that later on. Do Audio Tours it's an AI generated audio tour based off of the agent's property listings and descriptions, and then they are able to share it everywhere. Where you're going to send them when they're going to create their account would be to doaudiotours.com, and they would just click on start your free trial. But where I'm going to demonstrate the software from is actually we've created a demo account for you to go in to get familiar with it when you show it to agents. So I'm going to go ahead and log in with your information and so you would log in with the email and the password that I provided. And for some reason, it doesn't let me copy and paste in there, so I'm just going to type it in. And I'm going to go log right into our dashboard. So when the agents create their account, they would be brought into what you're looking at now, which is our dashboard. And I'm going to go straight into the demo so that you can see what it looks like. And it's right here on your demo so that on your demo account, so you can share our property demonstration to them. And I'm going to go to my audio tours. And this is where all of the agents' listings will be housed with audio tours on them. And I'm going to go ahead and click on preview. This goes into another tab. And what you're looking at is what the public will see once an agent shares the audio tour. I'm going to skip the audio tour for the moment and show you the entire showcase, because when this our audio tour is shared, it is shared on a beautifully laid out showcase that provides the overview of the property details, the location of where the property is, and then most importantly, information on how to get in touch with the agent. So this is really, truly your listing, your lead. It would have the information for an email, for a phone number. We also have an inquiry card that they can fill out, and it will go directly to that agent. And the public can also, they have family and friends and they want to share it with, they can just click on the share button here and they can instantly share it with their family and friends. And I'm going to come back to this because there's a really cool feature when you share it. So I'm going to go back on top and I'm going to go, all of this information is also on a menu at top. I'm going to go ahead and click on gallery and then go into the audio tool.
Nestled in the heart of Beverly Hills, this exquisite property at Luxury Lane offers an unparalleled blend of contemporary luxury and sophisticated design. Spanning over 6,800 square feet, the residence boasts 5 bedrooms and 7 baths, including a lavish primary suite.
So I'm just going to stop right there, and you'll notice that there is closed captioning. It will always default on closed captioning to provide that ADA compliance. If the consumer buyer doesn't want to see the closed captioning, they can always click it on and off with the button here. And the really cool feature about this is, let's say English isn't their preferred language. They can come down here and they can select from over 20 different languages. I'm going to go ahead and click on Spanish US, and you'll see how instantly it translates.
Ubicada en el corazón de Beverly Hills, esta exquisita propiedad de Luxury Lane ofrece una combinación incomparable de lujo contemporáneo y diseño sofisticado. Con una superficie de más de 6.
So you'll notice not only is the audio has been translated, but also the caption as well. But wait, there's more. You can also close out of that. And if you go into the showcase, the entire showcase is then translated into that preferred language, going all the way down to your contact information. And then I was telling you about the share button. So another great feature is, let's say you're an agent and you have somebody whose language is Spanish and preferred language, you can copy and paste it right out of your showcase. And when they send it, or when you send it, it will go directly to them in that preferred language. So no matter what language it is, if you're in your showcase, you select that language, you can send it directly to them in their preferred language. The way that you share your audio tour for the agents is easily done. We create a share tray. So I'm going to go back into their property, back into their dashboard, and under their listing, there is a shared button. Click on the share button. They have all of their social media there. We're working on Instagram. That should be there shortly. They can copy the URL and they can add that into other marketing platforms. If it's an MLS listing, they can click on the unbranded and they can then populate that into their MLS listing. We have the QR code, which we all love here because you can download that. And what agents are using that for is they'll create a brochure for the home and they'll have the QR code will be on there, and a prospective buyer can walk through the home and listen to the audio of the home while they're walking through it. It's also a great feature if your client or your buyers are looking at a lot of homes, they have that brochure. They can easily click on that link and refresh themselves about what that house entailed. Agents are also putting it on their signs, a magnet if you have a magnetic sign, a writer. Otherwise, they also use it for postcards and newsletters. Their imagination with their marketing, they can do anything with that QR code.
Hey, Linda, quick question on the QR code. Does it default to the last established language that you chose, or is it always defaulted to English and then the customer can click the language that they want?
That is a great question. I believe it should be English, but I can show you where, let's say, so we have a couple of agents who I've got one in Arizona, and I think Katie said she's got one in San Francisco. So the one I have in Arizona, all her clients are speak Spanish. So she put her entire platform or her all of her audio tours in Spanish right from the get-go, and I can show you how to do that. You could set that up in your profile. So if you're only engaging with individuals who have a preferred language, you can just schedule it to always be in that language. And then when they get it, if they still get that drop down. So if they want to listen to it in English or another language, they can always do that. But yes, you can set it up so it will be in Spanish, but it would be for all of them and not just an individual listing. And I did want to add on here, Gabe, that so that you know that the links that are attached to a listing are individual. So it isn't one link for an agent. Each listing has an individual link. So if they go in there and they want to regenerate the audio, it will automatically update that listing either through the link or through the QR code. It will automatically update.
Okay, one other quick question in regards to QR code. Just say you had an open house and they have a flyer stand and then they print off like one QR code for English and they put that on the paper, like English for language, and then they have one for whatever language else they want. Can the QR code be designated with two separate languages, or does that matter? You just have to tell them to click to the language you want.
So they would have to then, what they could do is they could do it like we have it set right now, and they can do it in English. And then here, let me just go ahead and show you so you can see. What they can then do is go in and then change their settings to Spanish, and then the QR code will be in Spanish. And then they can always change their setting again, on it. So let me show you where that's located. So you would go into your profile up here in the upper right-hand corner under account settings. And this is where they would come in. So the account settings, they can go in, there's to set up everything, and they'll get that prompt when they first sign in and create an account. But this is where they can add their photos, their names. Maybe they have a nickname, they can throw in their nickname. And all this information about phone numbers, and that is what's located on the showcase page. So they want to make sure that they enter in the phone number that they want to be contacted. But down here is where you would go audio tour language. And then you can also use this language. They can go here. They can go here and go ahead and click on Spanish, whichever Spanish they want. And then the audio tour would turn into Spanish. If they also wanted to, maybe the agent's preferred language is Spanish, they can also then click on also use this language for account settings. Then their entire dashboard would be in Spanish. So to answer your question, Gabe, they would create the first one and then come back and download and then go into Spanish and then download that QR code. Should be in Spanish, but I'll test that out to be sure. But I'm more than certain that's what will happen.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. And then while we're just on the profile real quick, if let's say your agents have teams or they have a assistant and they would like all their leads to go to one person, they would just come down here and under lead recipient email address, they would add that person's email address. So on that, on our showcase, when we were talking about they can contact you, that email address that you have here is where that will go. Does anybody have any questions on that?
Yeah, a couple questions. One, can you give us a brief overview, the soundbite of what the product is? You went right into the demo and we don't have the overview. That's one thing. The other question is, what do they do? Alex asked, another person asked the other question, then Alice asked, do they do all of this upfront or per each listing, what you just demonstrated?
Yeah, so let me, so I'm sorry that I did not go into what we have.
Just answer Alex's before you get out of here. That would be great.
Okay. So I would say, Alex, that what you want to do is if you want to send it, create the QR code in English, I would leave your settings in English first. And then when you're want to do a QR code in Spanish, then you want to come into your profile, come here, scroll down or go down to the Spanish and click on Spanish. And then you can always go back into it and go back to English. What you want to do, though, is make sure that when you do go into Spanish, that you click on Save Changes. If that answers that question.
Yes, he said thank you.
Okay, wonderful. And
Linda,
then, yes.
how much support is on this? Like if we call as a rep and we need support, how available? Do you have to do a ticket? Can you talk to somebody immediately? Can you get instruction while we're sitting with the agent?
Yeah, so we do have, you can always go email support at doaudiotours.com, and Amy can add that into the chat. That would send us a ticket, but you can, if we're available, we do, I can give you our phone number, and I'll add that in the chat once I stop sharing. And Amy, if you want to go ahead and add that in, it's 888-650-4007, extension 707. And that will come to me. And I should hopefully, if I'm available, I'll be able to answer right away. And then we'll add more extensions as well. They will then, once it's created, I'm going to show you, the agent then receives an email such as this, and it says, hello, great news, your multilingual audio tour is ready. From that, the agent can go ahead and they can preview the listing. They can actually, from this email, they can share directly. We did now also add the QR code, so they could do everything actually from this email, or they would just go back into their dashboard and they would see their listing under My Audio Tour, and they can share from there. One thing that I will say, that the way the listings come into Linda,
could you walk through like what an agent would do just to upload? It's like the beginning steps of uploading a new one or finding it.
Yeah.
Like,
yes. So there's two ways. So let me start with, I'm going to go to Do Audio Tours. I'm actually logged in, but what they would do is they would click on Start Your Free Trial. They would enter in their information about their name. It asks them for their name. It will ask them for their email that's associated with their MLS. They would enter that in, agree to terms. It's truly a 14-day free trial, so we do not ask for a credit card. Once the 14-day expires, then they'll get a little pop-up that says upgrade, and then they will enter in their credit card information. So once they create their account and they are connected with ListHub, their listings will then populate into our system, and they will get that email that I just showed you. One other great feature that we have with this is that you can, let's say you have, your agent has a listing that's not MLS qualified. What I mean by that is maybe if they cannot enter in a rental or maybe a commercial property, maybe they have an Airbnb that they would like to create an audio tour and send out. Then they would go ahead and on their dashboard, they would go to Add New Listing. So we have a manual upload. They would click on, what occupancy type they have. They would enter an address. And would you like me to demonstrate how easy this is, or just give you an overview?
That would be cool if you could demonstrate.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to enter in what it would look like and how easy it is for them.
I could just share. I just did one for my Airbnb because I have an Airbnb in the Berkshires of Massachusetts. Phenomenal. I'm getting so many clicks on it because people really want to hear what I have to say about it. So commercial, rentals.
Okay, so what I've done is I've added the information in the listing, and another nice feature with the manual upload is that we are able to add a couple of additional links that you can add into the showcase. So maybe you want to link them to your website, or you want them to link to maybe another video that you might have created, or any other kind of virtual tour. You can add additional links here, not in the MLS audio tour, but in the manual upload. So I'm going to go ahead and click on next. And then, so once you enter the information, then you just upload photos. So I'm just going to upload some real quick for you so you can see how easy it is. So I'm just going to click on here. Come on. Let me get
So
it here.
Is it tied to like the IDX? Does the, let's say they have 4 listings right now. Do those 4 listing pictures pop in there?
Yeah, so this one is manual upload, so it's the ones that they enter in themselves. But if whatever photos are in their MLS, all of those will come down. So what we generally say when we're talking to agents is when you're writing your description into your MLS input, make sure that you have at least about 10 photos that match kind of what you're saying, because a lot of times agents will take like 5 pictures of the living room or 5 pictures of the dining room and kitchen, and because they are able to, or there's architectural features that they want to add in. So we always say, pick your top photos and then have the rest afterwards, and to follow, because all of the pictures will come down. And when it goes with the audio, it's about the pictures will be on about 5 seconds on each photo. So when they do enter their photos in here, they can go ahead and select, go ahead and move them around if they would like. And then once they have that all set up, they would just click on Save Listing Details. And they would click on Generate Audio Tour, and this will create an AI audio tour for their manual listings as well. They'll receive a message that it's generating, and I've seen it where it's generally under 5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, just depends how many photos they upload. And while they're in there, they can you can go ahead and navigate to other areas or navigate away. So while that's creating, the other areas on the dashboard that we have is that our Need Help area. And this is where they can go for step-by-step tutorials. I threw some of those in the chat, but they can go here and click on how to create an account, how to generate, if they're not seeing it. So remember when I said that if they're not seeing their listings, it could be that the broker is not selected direct offer in their List Hub account. So they were pretty new, so they might not have clicked on that yet. So they would click on direct offer. But we have step-by-step tutorial right here, and I did add that into your chat so that they can learn how to do it. It's very simple. It's a few steps for them to do. And again, there's no cost to the broker to do that.
So is this something we would be directing to the broker, not each agent? Or both?
Regarding the HubSpot?
The system itself. Yeah, the whole system itself.
The HubSpot, for the HubSpot to generate listings into our system, that would go to the broker. The broker would be the one who would need to set that up.
I misunderstood. I'm sorry. I thought when you said the broker, I thought this was something we would take directly to them. But I know HubSpot. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. No, you can take that to individual agents for sure.
Hey, Linda, real quick too. I know we're getting close to the end. What's after the 14-day period? What's the cost of this for the agent?
So the cost is $9.99. Just go over here so we don't have to watch that. $9.99 per month. That is unlimited listings. And there's no setup fee. There's no contract fee. They can cancel at any time in their subscription. And the other nice feature for the agents is, let's say they don't have a listing right now, they can go into the manual upload and maybe add a past listing. So maybe, you know, throw a picture of the listing on it, throw a sold over it, create an audio tour, and they can, you know, send that out saying, you know, hey, just recently sold this. Do you have anybody that's looking for, you know, looking to list or to buy? You know, so they can use that for promotional reasons as well. And then it also broadens the reach to buyers, because you're going to reach people who do speak other languages and they can listen to it in their preferred language and feel more informed. It also is wonderful for people who have neurodiversity challenges, because we have it closed caption. We have the audio if they, you know, if they can't read what the description says. So it really offers them a very nice, well-rounded new marketing benefit to both for buyers and for sellers.
And Linda,
So-
I might have missed the beginning.
Question.
How long does it stay up?
So it is, so all of the listings, if they've generated an audio tour on them, they will stay on there always. There's no expiration that we have at the moment. And the only reason that they wouldn't see it is it may be grayed out is if they haven't upgraded it to a subscription. So they might be on the 14-day free trial. After the 14 days, it will gray out until they hit the upgrade button.
So Linda, on their websites, is this a widget or is this complete separate?
This is separate from their websites. To add it onto their website, they would go ahead and copy the link. They probably have to talk to their webmaster on how they would be able to add the link to their website.
Okay.
But what we do have is and we have a landing page with the agents with all of their listings. So what they can do, say this is their website, they could just add another tab here that says, do, you know, my audio tours, listen to the audio tours, or however they want to name it. And it would link to, we have a landing page with all of their listings on it. So they can always do that if they'd like.
Is there an extra charge to do that?
No, it's part of the whole program.
Cool.
I'm going to...
So what's the competition for this right now? Is there any? Does Liv Sotheby's have anything like this? Or
I'm going to stop. Amy, you want to really, there isn't anything like this out there that can change it into all languages. However, Amy's MLS, why don't you go ahead and share what your MLS has done?
I do my MLS. It's a Rogue. It's in Connecticut. They put on the public facing listing 2 little buttons for English and Spanish. The voice is horrible, and the AI that did it, what I love about our product is that they have very sophisticated AI, and it definitely interprets. If you go and listen to the demo again that Linda's going to send you, listen to the voice. We have other voices too, but listen to how the AI took the agent's description and the photos and created something better.
Well, Linda, Amy, I want to thank you for your time. I think this product will help us get our foot in the door with a lot of different agents. It's something else to talk about, to bring value. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, and we, you know, if any of the reps would like a one-on-one demonstration, we can do that for them too. We've been going into office meetings and presenting the brokers meetings and presenting the product there as well. So
that would be fantastic.